Welcome to Golden Rest Guide. I want to begin today with something that may surprise you. Many people believe that poor sleep after 60 is just a normal part of aging. They think that waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning is unavoidable, that their body is too old to rest deeply, and that broken nights are something they must simply accept. But the truth is different. What if I told you that a simple daily habit, something as ordinary as the fruit you eat, could be the hidden reason your nights are disturbed? What if the key to peaceful, uninterrupted rest was not a pill or a complicated routine, but simply learning the right fruit at the right time? Picture this. You finish your dinner, you settle into bed, and within a few hours you wake with an urgent feeling. You rise, go to the bathroom, and discover that your bladder is hardly full. Sometimes you fall asleep again, sometimes you lie awake, restless, your mind circling thoughts until morning comes. This pattern repeats itself night after night. Over time, it leaves you with heavy legs, a foggy head, and a tired heart. You may even begin to feel older than your years. Yet the cause is not always illness, not always medication, not always stress. Sometimes it is something much simpler. Sometimes it is the wrong fruit eaten at the wrong time. To understand why this happens, we need to look gently at how the body changes with age. Sleep is not just about closing our eyes. It is a rhythm, a carefully balanced cycle guided by hormones and signals. One of the most important hormones for restful sleep is called vasopressin. In your younger years, vasopressin rises at night and tells the kidneys to slow down. This means that urine production decreases, your bladder fills more slowly, and you can rest deeply without interruption. But after 60, the body naturally produces less vasopressin. This is not an illness. It is part of the normal aging process. The result, however, is that your kidneys keep working even as you sleep, filtering water at the same pace they did during the day. Your bladder fills quickly, and your brain receives urgent signals to wake up and empty it. At the same time, the bladder itself becomes more sensitive. Where once it held 400 to 500 milliliters comfortably, after 60 it may begin to feel too full at just 150 milliliters, barely half a glass of water. This means you wake more easily, sometimes for very small amounts of urine. Add to this the pressure of a full stomach, especially after a late dinner, and the problem worsens. Food and gas press down on the bladder wall, confusing the nerves into sending signals that mimic urgency. You wake, you walk, and you wonder why there is so little to release. It is not your fault. It is simply your body speaking in a new language. But here is the good news. When you begin to listen to this language, when you make small changes in response, your body rewards you. And one of the simplest changes you can make lies in the fruits you choose, and most importantly, when you choose them. Let us look closely at the fruits that can disturb sleep when eaten at the wrong time. Watermelon is the first. Light, juicy, cooling, and more than 90% water, watermelon is refreshing on a hot afternoon. But eaten at night, it quietly fills your bladder as you sleep. I met a man who enjoyed slices of watermelon after his evening walk. He thought it cooled his body and helped digestion. Yet every night at 2:30, he woke. Once he moved his watermelon to lunchtime, his bladder stayed calm, and his nights grew peaceful again. Oranges and sweet limes are another example. Rich in vitamin C and loved for their refreshing taste, they are excellent in the morning. But at night, their acidity irritates the bladder lining. A woman once told me she loved a half glass of sweet lime juice after dinner. She believed it was light and cleansing, yet she always woke at 1 and again at 4, restless each time. Her doctor explained that the acid was the cause. When she stopped citrus fruits after sunset, her sleep improved within days. Grapes, too, can be troublesome. Sweet, healthy, often served in the evening, they ferment quickly in the stomach. This fermentation creates gas and bloating, pressing down on the bladder wall. A man in Jaipur ended his dinners with grapes, thinking it a healthy dessert. Soon he noticed his stomach felt heavy, his sleep disturbed, and his nights broken by 2 or 3 trips to the bathroom. By moving grapes to breakfast, he found his nights lighter and more restful. Pineapple presents another challenge. Its enzyme, bromelain, is valued for stimulating digestion and easing constipation. But at night, this stimulation is too strong. The intestines become active when they should be calm, and the result is cramps, pressure, and unnecessary bathroom visits. A woman from Chennai believed pineapple after dinner was helping her, but instead she woke twice each night. By moving pineapple to late morning, she gained smoother digestion and longer, deeper rest. And finally, chilled juices. Many older adults drink juice in the evening, thinking it is healthy and light, but cold fruit shocks the stomach and juice concentrates sugar, acid, and water into one glass. A gentleman in Delhi had a routine of mixed fruit juice at 9 p.m. every night. Yet he woke at 3, again at 5, and spent his mornings exhausted. When he replaced that juice with a slice of papaya at 6:30, his nights became calm and his mornings were brighter than they had been in years. This brings us to papaya, the quiet hero among fruits for older adults. Unlike watermelon, papaya does not flood your bladder. Unlike citrus, it does not irritate with acid. Unlike grapes, it does not ferment. Unlike pineapple, it does not overstimulate. Papaya is gentle. It soothes digestion, reduces gas, and calms the stomach. Its enzymes ease the work of breaking down food, preventing pressure from pressing against the bladder wall. Its low water content ensures the bladder is not overwhelmed, and its low acidity keeps irritation away. But papaya only helps when eaten the right way. Timing is essential. Papaya should be eaten before 7 in the evening, ideally between 6 and 6:30. It should be eaten alone, not with curd, sugar, or rice, because combinations confuse digestion. It should be at room temperature, fresh, ripe, and soft, not cold, not unripe, not overripe. One medium slice is enough. It is not about eating a large quantity, but about eating it at the right time, in the right way. I will always remember the story of a 72-year-old woman who had struggled with poor sleep for nearly 2 years. She had tried everything: drinking less water, avoiding spicy foods, herbal teas. Nothing worked. Her doctor told her it was normal for her age, but she believed there must be another way. Then she learned about papaya. She replaced her evening orange slices with one bowl of ripe papaya at 6:30. She stopped eating after 7 and avoided liquids after 7:30. Within just 1 week, her sleep was transformed. For the first time in years, she slept from 10 at night until 4:30 in the morning without interruption. When she told me about her experience, she smiled and said, "My sleep feels like it did in my 40s. No medicine, just fruit and timing." The lesson is clear. After 60, health is not about doing more. It is about doing the right things at the right time. Your body does not thrive on force. It thrives on rhythm. A heavy dinner at 9, a glass of juice at 8, or the wrong fruit at the wrong time confuses your body and steals your rest. But a lighter dinner earlier in the evening, fluids consumed mostly during the day, and the right fruit before sunset bring calm back into your nights. Think of 5 to 6:30 in the evening as your golden window for fruits that calm. Papaya, banana, and pear belong here. They are gentle, low in acid, low in water, soft on the stomach, and calming to the nerves. They help you wind down the day without flooding your bladder or irritating your digestion. Think of before 3 in the afternoon as the window for juicy, cooling fruits like watermelon, citrus, or pineapple. Your body can handle them best when your kidneys and bladder are most active. And think of after dinner as a time to let your stomach rest. Fruit eaten too late slows digestion, creates gas, and presses on the bladder. By simply shifting your fruit timing, you align with your body's rhythm. So, if you are over 60 and find yourself waking at 2 or 3 in the morning, know this: it is not your fault, and it is not inevitable. Your body is not too old to rest deeply. It is simply asking you to listen, to adjust, to respect its new rhythm. And sometimes the difference between a restless night and a peaceful one is as small as replacing your late-night fruit with one gentle slice of papaya at sunset. This is the heart of what we share at Golden Rest Guide. Health after 60 does not require complicated routines, expensive diets, or heavy medication. It asks for patience, rhythm, and respect. It asks you to do less, but to do it with more care. If you give your body this care, it will reward you. Try this small change for 3 nights. Replace your evening citrus, watermelon, or juice with papaya. Notice how your body responds. You may find yourself sleeping longer, waking fewer times, and rising with lighter legs, a clearer mind, and a rested heart. Sometimes the most powerful healing does not come from doing more, but from doing one thing gently at the right time. Tonight, that one thing could be a bowl of papaya at 6:30. Tomorrow, it could be a lighter dinner. Slowly, these changes bring back what you thought was lost. Deep, natural,